What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy J Cobb, and for those that are just tuning in for the very first time, my name is Jermaine Cobbins with JermaineCobbins.com, and my goal is to help network marketers and business professionals to build their brand and business using online and offline strategies. In today's video, I want to share with you guys how to get the credit card, right? How do we get the money? How do we make the sale? I had someone reach out to me, and they was like, Jermaine, I'm talking to people, I'm showing my video, I'm doing one-on-one, and I just cannot close the deal. Like, what's going on? So what I'm about to share with you guys, which I share a lot of different techniques on closing and prospecting over at JermaineCobbins.com. So you can head over there after this training. But in this training here specifically, I'm actually going to go a little deep. I'm going to, like we would like to say, a hard close. This is going to be a really, really hard close. And to do this, you really have to have your posture up. You really have to have a little bit of persuasion skills involved, right? And that's basically all that sells, just a little bit of persuasion, right? But it's not like you're tricking anybody, or it's not like you're stealing anyone's credit card. But I want to share with you guys how to, how to actually ask the right questions and get people from being, off the fence to being involved in your business opportunity, right? So, number one reason you can't get someone's credit card is this: you simply haven't asked. You haven't asked for the deal. You haven't asked for the close. You haven't asked for the credit card. Sometimes if you just ask, you may get it, right? So understand this: no sale is made until someone pulls out their credit card. And if you do not get any sales, you don't make any money. If you don't make any money, then you're not in business. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into it. First thing first, guys, is, like I stated before, you want to learn how to ask the right questions. Asking the right questions can be the difference between someone saying yes and someone saying, well, let me think about it, right? Which I have trainings on how to handle objections as well. But the deeper the question, the higher the chances of you closing your prospects. I repeat, the deeper the questions, the higher the chances of you closing your prospects. And what do I mean by the deeper the questions? First thing is this: when you get someone on the phone, understand this, guy. Let's say you prospected someone and you exchange contact information. You get them a call that night. Say, hey, what's going on, Todd? Look, man, I met you at the service station earlier today, and I just wanted to know, man, look, real quick, why are we even on the phone? Right? And let them tell you. More than likely, they're going to say for something, some type of, you mentioned something about a business, or you mentioned something about possibly making some extra money. They're going to tell you something, right? So the second thing you're going to ask them, say, so are you looking for an opportunity or some additional income? Now, keep in mind, when I mention persuasion, I like to get people in the form of like, yes, like not in their head. Like when I ask questions, if I'm one-on-one with someone, I like to give the nod while I'm asking questions. But if I'm over the phone, I like to ask questions that's going to give me more yeses, because it's conditioning their mind up to say yes on the close. All right. So once you get into these questions, guys, actually you're already closing your prospects. As they answer these questions, keep in mind, you either want to be taking some type of mental note or you want to be writing things down, because these things you're going to be able to repurpose to them later in the conversation. So ask them, so are you looking for opportunity or additional income? Because if not, then why would you go further, right? So if the answer is yes, ask that person, well, look, if you are looking for some additional income, what type of income are you looking to create? And this is very important, guys, because so many people in our industry, they tend to want to tell people, they want to give big numbers, like that's going to help them to close people, and actually it scares people, right? You got to keep in mind that people are going from average to entrepreneurial. So they're not going around with their magic number in their head. So it's your job to figure out, what do they need in their life, right? What type of income are you looking to create? Because maybe you may be sharing a lifestyle change with someone that may only be needing $300. So ask them, what type of income are you looking to create? And they may tell you, so, well, I'm just looking to create an extra $300 to $500, right? But let's just say the answer is no. Let's say you ask that person, so are you looking for an opportunity or, some additional income possibly? And they say, well, no, not really. So ask them, so why did you agree to this meeting today? Why did you agree to this phone call today? Right, and if I'm going too fast, guys, you guys can rewind this trainer or you can screenshot as we're going and jot down some notes. But ask that person, so why did you even agree to meeting with me today? And let them get to talking. Let them tell you why, right? They may say, well, man, you ran down on me so fast, kind of shocked me, right? I ain't know what to expect. I just said, yeah, and gave you my number. So, ask people, ask them, why are we here, right? So let's say they do pick a magical number, right? Let's say, yeah, man, I love to make a few $100 a month, whatever the case may be. You ask them, say, look, if I could show you how to make X amount of dollars or the benefit of your product. So if you're in the health and wellness, of course, you want to be able to show them how to lose a few pounds without going to the gym. Or maybe if you're in travel, you maybe want to be able to share with them how they can travel cheaper or maybe more frequent. Whatever it is, maybe helping with their credit, whatever the case may be. All right. But whatever it is, ask them, are you in a position to move forward today? Keep in mind, the reason why you're not getting the credit card is because you're not asking for the close. Here's the opportunity right here to ask for that close. Are you in a position to move forward today? Because that person has one or two options, yes or no. So if I could show you how to make an additional $300 a month, are you even in a position to move forward today, right? So let's say the answer is yes. Say, dude, great, man. Look, and then we just go ahead and, dive into the actual video or the presentation or however you present your deal. But let's say, if the answer is no, they're not in a position. Here's where we go what I was talking about going deep. All right. Keep in mind, guys, that people buy emotionally, not logically. So let's say the answer is no. Then you're going to say, well, look, man, I totally understand. Times could be a bit rough. That's actually why I'm doing this, because I was in the same situation a year ago. Whether it was a year ago, whether it was 6 months ago, whether it was 3 years ago, make this congruent to your story, your life, your business, right? So you ask them, hey, if I could show you how to make a few $100 or $300 or $500, are you in a position to get started? Say, well, man, no, man, I really can't get started today. Say, cool, I understand. Right. And when you do that, you're showing empathy. You're hard closing them, but it doesn't feel like a hard close to them. Right. Remember, I talked about them persuasion skills. Here's one of them. I totally understand. You're just basically agreeing with them that, they're not even in a position, but you just want to relate. Say, look, I know, man, times could be a bit rough. That's actually why I'm doing this, because I was in the same situation just a year ago. Right. But here's the thing, guys. Once you lay that out, ask your prospect, do you even know why you can't get started today? Right? Once you lay out that you was in that same situation, just say, well, look, man, I'm just curious. Do you even know why you can't get started today? And more than likely, they should fire off a few things, right? They should fire off something. They should fire off, I just recently paid for my daughter's graduation, or I just recently repaired the roof on my home, or I just got a new transmission put in my vehicle, whatever the case may be. Let them say whatever, they're going to say. So you want to ask them. So what you're saying is, even if you like what you're about to see today, there's absolutely no way of you getting started today, correct? Even though you just had, a roof repair, or car repair, or just dumped a lot of money into your child's graduation. What you're telling me is, even if you like what you're about to see, you're not even in a position to move forward, correct? Wow, like this right here is going to hit them hard, man, and it's going to give you the answers that you're looking for, right? It's going to give you the answers, whether you know it or not. So even after all this happening, what you're telling me is, even if you like what you're about to see, there's absolutely no way of you getting started today, correct? If the answer is yes, ask them, well, how does this make you feel? And I promise you guys, these questions, they are so emotional, right? Because when someone can't do something, it hurts them. It hurts them, whether it's moving forward on a deal, whether it's losing a few pounds, whether it's being able to take off from that job, whatever it is. When someone can't do something that they want to do, it creates a desire. It creates something inside of them. It's an emotional attachment, right? So ask that person, well, how does it make you feel, to not even be in a position to get started, even despite out of everything that went on? How does that make you feel, right? And while they're explaining, it sucks, or it's just, I really can't explain. I don't like this feeling. I'm ready for change, right? Whatever the case may be. After they finish explaining how bad this makes them feel, ask them, is this a feeling that you're ready to get rid of? Or is this something you want to keep dealing with the rest of your life? Once again, guys, a dagger. Dagger, right? Is this a feeling? This feeling that you're feeling right now, is this something that you want to get rid of? Or is this something that you want to keep dealing with for the rest of your life? And trust me, they will tell you. They will tell you. But let's say they say the answer is yes. Like, yeah, I'm ready to get started, man. I'm ready to get rid of this, right? You want to ask them. Keep in mind that they stated that they wasn't even in a position to get started. But if the answer is yes, they want to get rid of this pain, of course there's an investment involved. Ask them, is there any way that you can muster up your highest package price? Well, let's say it's $1,000 for this example. So is there any way you can muster up $1,000, right? And let them react. Let them react. And there's a reason why I told you guys to share your highest package. And you always want to share your highest package, right? No matter, I know some people have where you can get started at a little cheaper, maybe less benefits, but everyone business has a low package and a higher package. Always start with your highest package. Is there any way that you can muster up a quick $1,000, right? But you want to know why would you share your highest package? Here's why. Let's say what if that person can't afford your biggest package? Keep in mind, a few questions back, they already told you in a sense that, even if they didn't, they already told you that they didn't have the money to get started. And you kind of went into emotion, like, how does this make them feel? Where do we go from here? Right? Like this is the whole thing. You're digging deep, and you just want to find out, like, is there any way possible for you to even muster up $1,000, right? But there's some persuasion involved with sharing your biggest package. But let's just say, they say, no, I can't come up with $1,000. I'm tapped. So you ask them, what price range are we working with today? All right. What price range are we working with today? Now, by asking this, let's go back. Now, keep in mind, they said that they didn't have a way of getting started today, but they also said that they want to get rid of this pain, right? They shared a few reasons why they should get rid of this pain. How does it make them feel? And you launched out with your biggest package. You said, hey, look, it's going to cost you $1,000. Is there any way that you can muster this up? And they can't. But here's why you done that. Because let's say you ask them, well, what price range are we working with today? Well, they may say, well, maybe $500, maybe 500, maybe 300, maybe 200. Well, if they tell you $500, let's say you have a package that starts at $500. There it is. Now it changes everything. Now they have the money now because you went higher. So in their mind, it's almost like they're saving in a sense. In a sense, it's like they're saving, right? What you want to do is you want to ask them, if I can get a price in line with your budget, you're saying we can move forward today, right? Is that what you're saying? And if so, if they tell you, well, my budget is, $500, or my budget is $300, or they just say, well, look, I just don't have a budget. Well, if they don't have a budget, then understand you don't have to waste any more time with this prospect. That you know that they're really tapped out. So why even go through the whole scenario, right? So when you ask that price, what price range are we working with today? They're going to tell you. They're going to tell you. If it's zero, then understand that's how much time you need to put in with this prospect, right? But if it, say, well, maybe I could do 500, maybe 300, right? But if I can get a price in line with your budget, you're saying we can move forward today. If the answer is yes, then you proceed with your presentation. You go into whatever you do before your presentation, show your deal, and there it is, right? Now you know that you have a budget to work with, okay? But let's say if the answer is no, let's say the answer is no. Now you know how much time to spend answering unnecessary questions. How does this work? Is this one of these pyramid things? How do I get paid? All these different questions that are really unnecessary. Even if they had the money, these are still unnecessary questions because you're just playing fetch, right? So I promise you guys, by asking these questions, you will begin to not only pull more credit cards, but you will actually feel better about yourself. You actually your prospects will feel better about themselves. And just notice, guys, that you can close more people by simply asking the right questions. All right. So I hope you guys got value. If so, feel free to leave a comment. And depending on where you're watching this video, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Also, watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and head over to JermaineCobbins.com for more tips and trainings just like this. All right. It's your boy J. Cobb, ladies and gentlemen. Be humble, be consistent, be you.